Hello Reddit, and welcome to my prediction video. My name is Freak, and I'm here to help you win skins or lose them horribly, depending on how good or bad my advice is. Today I'll be previewing Fnatic versus mouz sports. Just a heads up before I start this video, this is my first video doing this, and I hope to make this a regular thing. If I say something that's a little bit off key, or something you don't disagree with, please post it below, but try not to crucify me too much. I know this is the internet, but, you know, go easy. Obviously, it goes without saying, what you are doing is effectively gambling, and I'm helping you give advice to gamble, and even though I'm doing so, I'm not responsible for your actions. So please bet safe, bet responsibly, make informed decisions, and don't be a sore loser if you do lose your skins and blame it on me, because that's just not cool. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. If you look at the day's matchups, it says Fnatic versus mouz sports. It's a best of 3 for the Case King of the Hill tournament. The current odds stand at 75% towards Fnatic and 25% towards mouz sports. Now, because it's a best of 3, I always think that you cannot really trust the odds on CSGO Lounge. I mean, I've seen a lot of upsets. I've been privy to a lot of upsets from going all in and doing other stupid things back when I was, you know, fairly new to betting. And in my experience, you can't really trust best of 3 odds. There's always some sort of wild card. It always gives a chance for the opposite team to come back in, or, you know, there's a lot of momentum shifting, especially with teams like Fnatic and mouz sports. Fnatic is a good team, but mouz can also be a very deadly team on their day. So if we can't trust them, how do you know how to bet? Well, let's have a look at the odds. So, where we're going to start first is HLTV. Currently, as of recording, the game starts in 2 days, 1 hour, 34 minutes, blah blah blah. That's not important. The map selection hasn't been announced, so until the map selection has been announced, we really don't know what we're dealing with. I mean, we can have a good idea based on other factors, which we're going to get into in a second, but as it stands right now, we don't know. Based off HLTV's own little poll here, the odds are 60-40 towards Fnatic, which if you ask me, is a little bit more accurate than 75-25, which I'll explain later. Going towards lineups, you know, there's nothing really, no surprises, no changes. This is basically the same lineup as the Cologne tournament, with Fnatic, the key players obviously being Olaf Meister and Flusher, and for mouz sports it'll be Chris J and Alu. And in fact, HLTV's player highlight is for Alexei Alujali, who has a current rating of 1.19, which is quite impressive. I think the top players right now are 1.21, so Alu is definitely up there, he's one of the best. Going down to their form, if you look at Fnatic's form, it is just incredible. They're showing off against the very best of the best. Yes, you can argue Epsilon's probably the most inconsistent team in the world right now, but on their day, with Shocks firing on all cylinders, they are incredible. And they beat them 16-10. They also beat Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro have been in a bit of a slump, and I think if you ask me watching that game, Virtus Pro did very well to keep it at 16-10. Against Titan, 16-12, Natus Vincere 3-2, and against them again, 2-0. Whereas if you look at mouz sports, I mean, they've kind of, it looks like they haven't been playing a lot compared to Fnatic. I mean, there's been a Fnatic game like once every 2 days or so. If you look at mouz sports form, they had that kind of embarrassing loss against Planet Key Dynamics, but they did win against Playing Ducks and against Fnatic themselves, and that wasn't too long ago. That was actually on August 28th if you look down below at the head-to-head lineups. But look, Fnatic have been playing more matches since their defeat to mouz sports. They have the better form, they have the momentum going into this game, whereas mouz sports, the last game, was coming off of a humiliating 1-2 loss, a loss that they probably shouldn't have suffered. And when they did beat Fnatic, this is what makes it interesting, is they beat Fnatic on at Hitbox Arena, which is an online tournament. So they definitely have the potential to be online, and that's why I think the 60-40 odds are more accurate than the 75-25 odds that you're seeing currently in CSGO Lounge. They do have the perception of being that online wild card. You don't know what team is going to show up. If you ask me, they're currently on the level of Titan and maybe Epsilon, but on their day, they can beat Ninjas in Pajamas, they can beat Titan, they can beat Virtus Pro, they can beat all the big teams that we've known to sort of dispatch them without much trouble. However, Fnatic are, for many, the best team in the world right now. I'm still not sure how NIP won ESL won Cologne. I mean, they were very shaky going into the finals. They just scraped through the semi-finals, but Fnatic, based on their recent form, based on all the signs, based on their lineup, they are definitely the favorites to take this. Objectively speaking, I think this bet is going to be risky, simply because mouz sports is an online wildcard. You don't know what team's going to show up. Fnatic should take this, they are in good nick, but until we know the maps, we really won't know for sure. Some maps, they perform better on others. I mean, if it's anything like Hitbox Arena where, you know, you had Mirage, Cash, and Dust 2, you'd have to say the odds would be kind of stacked towards mouz a little bit, because they do have that history of beating Fnatic on those maps very recently. If you ask me, I'm going to wait till the maps are revealed before I make a bet. I do want to make a bet. These odds are looking very good. If the odds even up a little bit more towards the 65-35 range, I will bet medium on Fnatic, sort of around the $3 to $5 range. But if it stays as it is on CSGO Lounge at 75.25, which I have a feeling it will do because it's kind of been up for a while, it may change when the map selection comes out. But if it stays around 70.30 or 75.25, then I'm going to do a small underdog bet on mouz sports, because you never know, you know, like 50 cents or so, you never know. They might just come out on top and hey presto, I've got more skins. That about does it for my prediction video. I hope you liked it. I hope I didn't do too bad on my first time around. As always, as a reminder, I know I've already said this, but please bet safe, bet responsible. My prediction should not influence your decisions or your actions, and if it does, then I'm not responsible for those actions anyways. Be safe, be smart. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. Tell me what I can improve. I hope to keep doing this in the future, and I hope to help out the CSGO community this way if I can. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.